All right, we are kicking off our Monday night meeting, our Power Up meeting. And if you are not with us live, but you're watching the recording on YouTube, welcome, welcome. And I'm getting ready to show a video here in a minute. I hope that you can see it on YouTube. I haven't ever done that before, so we'll see. But we are going to start out with our Devo, and I'm really glad. I was really disappointed in myself because I forgot to set a Devo person and a PK person for this week. We're going to talk about habits tonight, and that's a habit I'm not used to, but we are taking our devotions right now from A Crown That Lasts by Demi Tebow, and we are going subtitle to subtitle, and tonight's subtitle is, I just posted it. So if you don't have the book, be sure that you read the section on it, but it's called The Countdown to the Crown. Okay, Countdown to the Crown. And we're going to actually watch a video. So give me a minute. All right, you'll have to tell me, give me a thumbs up. Can you see the video?
Yes.
Yes, okay, great. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it.
South Africa.
And now, the final selection from Africa and Asia Pacific. South Africa. How are you?
Oh my goodness, I couldn't be better, Steve.
Yeah. Well, you probably imagined how this evening would go for you. Did you ever imagine what I might ask you tonight?
Well, I got a question this whole week. Do I have a pet lion? And Steve, the closest that I have to a pet lion is my little Yorkshire Terrier, and his name is Benji. So guys, it's really safe in South Africa. You can come on safari.
Okay. Thank you, South Africa. South Africa. Still alive in the competition is South Africa.
Literally a month after my crowning, I was hijacked and held at gunpoint. I put my hands up, got out of the car, gave them the keys, gave them my phone, and tried to run away. But the guy pulled me back and pushed me back into the car, telling me, "Get in, you're going with us." I took a chance and I punched the guy in his throat. I managed to run away. I was able to go to a safe place. As Miss Africa, I was able to launch Unbreakable. My campaign consisted of getting specialists in their field together to equip women with the necessary skills and knowledge on how to empower themselves. This was a traumatic experience, and it was really, really bad, and I will not allow myself to be a victim.
South Africa. South Africa.
So much personality from South Africa, working the camera and working this dress. A bit covered up, but a great hemline detail, nude with a dramatic kind of crystallized embellishment and an Art Deco detail. Very sophisticated.
The first woman to make it into the final five is South Africa.
I would love to encourage people to take hands and work together and move forward as one nation.
South Africa. The next woman. Okay, women make up 49% of the global workforce. What do you believe is the most important issue facing women in the workplace today, and why?
In some places, women get paid 75% of what men earn for doing the same job, working the same hours, and I do not believe that that is right. I think we should have equal work for equal pay for women all over the world. Thank you.
Thank you, South Africa. Only one spot left. One of you will move on. And for the other two, your Miss Universe journey ends right now. The last contestant in the final three is South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, your three finalists. South Africa, please join me. Here is your question. What quality in yourself are you most proud of? And how will you apply that quality to your time as Miss Universe?
As Miss Universe, you have to be confident in who you are as an individual. And Miss Universe is a woman that has overcome many fears, and by that, she is able to help other women overcome their fears. She is a woman that nothing is ever too much to ask for, and I think that is exactly who I am. Thank you.
Thank you, South Africa. Well, the final word is over. But coming up, our finalists have one chance left to make a lasting impression on our judges. It's their final look, accompanied by singer-songwriter Rachel Platten. And later, we crown a new Miss Universe live on Fox.
Gonna make that ceiling crash. That ceiling crash. So what? Still got knives in my bag. So what? So I'm tied to the tracks. I'm gonna test some broken glass. Yeah, here I go, here I go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, here I go, here I go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, here I go.
Only two women remain, Colombia and South Africa. Take center stage, please. One of you is about to become our new Miss Universe. If for any reason the winner is unable to fulfill her duties, the first runner-up will take her place. Good luck to you both.
Okay, as we are looking at this moment on stage, I want to share with you something that the book says. So the last spot remained since Steve got ready to announce the winner. As the dramatic music played, I held Miss Columbia's hands, and we wished each other well as we waited, hopefully. I remember telling myself with a content heart and the biggest smile, girl, you couldn't have done anything else to earn this title. Win or not, my heart was full because I knew my creator had already penned my destiny. If this achievement was meant to weave into the larger tapestry of his design for my life, it wouldn't slip through his hands. My cheeks hurt because I couldn't stop smiling.
The new Miss Universe is South Africa. Take your first walk as Miss Universe.
You can sell this $5 spatula on Amazon and compete with hundreds.
Okay, it immediately felt like a God wink moment. You know, one of those moments where you have no doubt that God's hands was in it all along. Pearls happened to be my birthstone. Being content in that moment before the winner got announced didn't mean I would have been fine with losing. I was still a girl with a dream who cared deeply and had worked hard to get to this moment. But it also meant that I would have been able to walk off that stage at peace, knowing I gave it my everything. While I would have been disappointed about the outcome, I also knew if it was meant for me, it wouldn't have missed me. Winning was not only a personal victory, but a tribute to the rich South African identity that I'm honored to represent. So it felt like a victory for each young girl from a small town somewhere in South Africa with a big dream. And this week, I was meant to be the person to read and share from this week's devotion because, you know, we are in the countdown to the Cadillac and we are in our last week of achieving our 12th Pink Cadillac status. And that's exactly how I'm feeling right now. Like, I'm at peace with whatever happens. It feels like a lot that's still to be accomplished. And am I nervous about that? Absolutely. Am I 100% confident that it will come together? I'm definitely not. But I know that in this place right now where I am, that I'm okay. It doesn't mean that I don't want to win, and it doesn't mean that I'm not going to give it my all this week, but I am okay. I'm at peace with where God has me. I have been through a lot of training and a lot of understanding of who I am right now in Christ. And so I feel like, yes, I'm going to be disappointed if next Tuesday it doesn't come together, but am I at peace about it? Absolutely. And it's not only a personal victory, but it's a tribute to my unit and who you guys are. It sometimes feels like it's about me because it's the Pink Cadillac, but honestly, it's about who you guys are and who we are together. And so this week was really meant for us as a body, as a unit, to be able to share that because it's exactly how I'm feeling in this very moment. I feel like I'm on that stage and we're about to announce if we're gonna be a Pink Cadillac unit for another time. And so it's nerve-wracking and it's exciting, but I'm at peace with whatever happens. So is there anyone else that read it this week that got something personal from it or want to share anything about that? Well, if you get a chance, I would love for you to take the time to read the excerpt that I put on our page today. Or if you have the book, read that section. And the next section that we will start next week is called Who Are You? And that will be the section that we read. And they're literally like, I'm reading them in like 5 minutes. So in fact, I kind of forgot about it tonight. And so I was reading it while I was eating dinner. And that's when all of this kind of came to me. It was like a revelation to me and kind of a God wink for me tonight. So anyway, take the time. I think you'll be blessed if you do. All right. Well, Renee, thanks for joining us. I have you down on my tracking list. So if you're watching the replay, be sure to let me know that you watched the replay, and I am going to remember to do a code word today. Don't let me forget. Okay, so let's see. A couple of announcements that I wanted to share is kind of where we're at in our goal. And that is we are exactly or about 24,000 wholesale away. Okay, thanks, CJ. CJ's like, is there a code word this week? I didn't hear it. I'm like, oh, I know you watched because you knew there wasn't a code word. Anyway, so thank you for that. But we are 24,000 wholesale away from our goal, and that is approximately 8,300 wholesale orders. So if you did 600, that would count for 2 orders. That's how that works, okay? So really my focus this week is because when you're in Cadillac qualification, my personal recruits count double if they're qualified. So if I get a qualified recruit, like I have a recruit who is just about 300 wholesale away from being a Great Start qualified. Once she hits Great Start qualified with 600 wholesale, she's going to count an additional 600. So her 600 actually counts as 1,200 as a personal recruit. So that's one focus is my personal recruiting, getting some Great Start qualifieds in this week. And then also getting T's activated. We have 75 T consultants, which is a lot. So getting T's activated. If you would be willing to reach out to some consultants. So I'm kind of looking at this like last June, and I know some of you weren't with us last June, but we had our biggest month we've ever had in Mary Kay. In 27 years, we had our biggest month ever, which was 44,000 wholesale. And this month, our goal is 35. So I know we can do that because we still have the same unit members and we've added some unit members. So I know that we can do it. I absolutely know that we can. And one thing that we did is I had some consultants reaching out to consultants just to make sure that they're aware of our goal. Now I'm going to be reaching out to consultants, but if you would be willing to reach out to some consultants, I mean, we're talking like 10 to 15, not very many, just sending a voice message or a text or a personal phone call this week, that would be really appreciated. Please let me know. And so that's kind of where we're at. Now I have added a surprise bonus. Hopefully all of you have seen the incentives for the month. I meant to put this on the screen so you could see it, but hopefully you have seen it. It looks like this, the 61st anniversary and 12th pink Cadillac, and it breaks down the wholesale month. So if you do 300 wholesale, you get the perfect palette with your name on it. 700 wholesale, you get the perfect palette plus the company blanket. At 900 wholesale, you get the pro palette customized plus the blanket. At 1,200 wholesale, you get a customized travel roll-up bag with your name on it, plus the beach blanket. At 1,500, you get the customized brush set with the beach blanket. And at 1,800 wholesale for the month, you're going to get all of it. Okay. Now, one additional bonus that I'm adding this week, this is for cumulative wholesale orders for the entire month, okay? And we are 1 week away, so you still have lots of time, is we have a new product coming called needleless Botox. I can't remember the official name, but in October, I can actually order the new Botox product. So I am going to add one more wholesale level, which is 2,000 wholesale. When you hit 2,000 wholesale, you're not only going to get all of those personalized items, but you're also going to get a Botox for free from me. Okay. So that's an additional added level. Okay. Now that's a cumulative. So if you already have 300, 600, whatever in, anything that you put in this week will count towards that goal. So you can do some pre-orders for Christmas. You can do Of course, the new fall holiday products, right? Calling your customers, following up with PCP. Who can you reach out to? Who can you give a sample to? Who can you give a book to? Who could you take a book or two or three to an office and say, hey, I have a goal this week. Would you be willing to get some orders and I'll give you a half price item or something like that? Like, be creative and contacting your customers, your friends, and family. Okay. So the other thing is, when we meet our goal of the pink Cadillac and we qualify, okay, which is about 35,000 wholesale for the month. Okay. We started out with needing 34.5, which was roughly 115 orders. We are down to 24,080 orders. Okay, so that's where we're at. So the first thing I'm gonna give away a drawing is this beautiful pink, it is real, Ralph Lauren bag. It's a tote, it is real. And it looks like this inside. Okay, so that is one thing I'm giving away. I'm also giving away a queen for the day, so that's going to be a spa package. I'm giving away an Amazon card and some cash. So when we finish, everyone that orders will go into a drawing for those extra gifts, okay? And then I'm also doing the Winning Wednesday Pink Prize Patrol prizes as well, okay? So lots of exciting things happening this week. We have 7 days. We're counting it down. We're going to run through the finish line with our hair on fire and our tongues hanging out. And I know we can do it. So that's where we're at. Of course, we've got the new products. Save the date. November 1st will be our Dream Over at the Bouse House. So be sure you have that date in your calendar, because that is an annual event that we love. And local events. So every Tuesday night, we are doing a local event. Oh, I just got CJ's message. Yes, that's right. Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. So it doesn't matter if you can do an active order, if you could do 600 or 2,000. It doesn't matter. Everybody has a piece of the puzzle. And that's the great thing about it, is everybody's order is important. So it doesn't matter what the order is, okay? So local events. If you're local and you're not hearing from me about the local events, please reach out to me. I did not realize that Spring and Natalie weren't on that texting group. So Spring and Natalie, I just added you to our Tuesday night groups. So you'll be getting the information on our Tuesday nights now. Excuse me. And we are going to start doing one night a month. I love that little thumb thing. That's cute. We are going to be doing an MK Girls Night Out. So one time a month, I'm going to specify one night a month where we actually, after the event, we all go, we grab coffee, we grab appetizers, we grab ice cream, something. We all go someplace. We'll decide that night where we're going. And we're just going to do food and fellowship. Nothing planned, just a girls' night out. Okay. Just fun and fellowship. Okay. So that is something that is starting to happen on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Of course, RSVPs by Monday night. So I know you're coming. And then RSVP forms for Miracle Monday. There's an RSVP form and there's a What Women Want form. Okay. If you are not aware of where that form is, please let me know. The What Women Want form does not tell me that they need a Miracle Monday packet. It just tells me that you have a girl who's willing to try the product. It is your responsibility to follow up and say, hey, I see you'd be willing to try the product. Would you like to get together in person? Or would you like a packet so that you can do it by video or on our Facebook group? Okay, so it is your responsibility to follow up with all of those people that fill out the What Women Want form. Now, if you have, let's say you have Crystal and she says, I want to do it virtually. Can you send me a packet? then you must reach out to me and say, Crystal, in the What Women Want form, need a Miracle Monday packet. Or you can go to the Miracle Monday RSVP form and you can sign them up for that. Either way is totally fine because I'll have their information on the What Women Want form, but I don't want to assume that they want to do it virtually because we all know in person is more valuable and you're going to get better sales. So if they're local and you can get with them in person, it is going to be better. Okay. So I'm not going to just automatically send packets to all of those people. I'm waiting for you to follow up. Okay. Anybody have any questions on that specifically? Spring does.
Where's the Miracle RSVP form?
Look on the featured section in the Facebook group.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. We do not have a product knowledge person tonight. If you would be willing next week to do our Devo wrap, like talk about it, or PK, would you please put it in the chat that you'd be willing to do that? And then in October, we are going to do a giftables section for our product knowledge. So as you know, our fall and holiday product is kind of limited, right? We can pull regular line items and make giftables out of it. Okay. There's all kinds of ideas out there. You can use a baker's mat and you put brownie mix in it and then you put hand cream or whatever, right? You can do, the gnomes like Melissa's famous for, right? There's so many different ideas that you can do. They're called giftables. And so every Tuesday night in October, we're going to do a giftable idea. Okay. So I want you to be thinking next Monday night, we'll sign up for those ideas. So if you would you take time to kind of maybe think about something that you could share as a giftable idea? And let's see, I had Natalie and Renee. Renee, do you care to do the Devo? Do you have the book? Okay, so Natalie, if you'll do PK, that would be great. And then Renee, I'll have you do the Devo. Awesome. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, any questions on October giftable night or PK night? Any thoughts on that? There's a ton of ideas out there. So if you would be willing to just kind of do some research, see what you could come up with, an idea, how you would package it, how you would price it, that would be really, really great. Okay, tonight we're going to talk about habits. A favorite subject, right? Well, we've talked about your mission. We've talked about your vision, right? And you can have your mission and your vision, but what has to take place in order for your mission and your vision to actually happen? Thoughts?
Consistency.
Consistency. That's good. Taking action, right? So I really have been wanting to do a section on habits because I really feel like your habits is what's going to create your mission and your vision to actually happen. Now, if you don't have your mission and your vision completely set in stone, you're super happy with it, you have an idea, right? You have an idea of what your mission is. You have an idea of what your vision is, right? So based on the basic mission and vision, or just adopting Mary Kay's mission of enriching women's life, right? You can totally adopt that. What would be what would be some things that would support that? And one thing would be habits. And I found something called the habit loop. And I thought it was really good. This comes from the author James Clear. And the name of the book is called Atomic Habits. And I actually think I gave it to Steph. I had it, but I think I must have given it to her because I think she wanted to read it. I need to reach out to her and see if she has it. But there are 4 simple steps to build better habits. Okay. If you have some paper, write these down. Okay, but first I'm gonna share a little excerpt from his book. Changing a habit can be daunting. It can feel like there is such a long road ahead and you don't know where to start. Maybe you're one of those people who go hard in the beginning only to burn out later and revert to your old ways. If this sounds like you want to ease into making changes, Atomic Habits will get you started with such small steps you likely won't even notice how instantly you're starting to improve your life. So what's the secret? Author James Clear shares 4 simple steps to building better habits. The process of building a habit can be divided into 4 simple steps. Q is number 1. Number 2 is craving. Number 3 is response. And number 4 is reward. Breaking it down into these fundamental parts can help us understand what a habit is, how it works, and how to improve it. This 4-step pattern is the backbone of every habit, and your brain runs through these steps in the same order each time. First, there is the cue. The cue triggers your brain to initiate a behavior. It is a bit of information that predicts a reward. I'm going to move past it, but it talks about prehistoric ancestors and how, they had to figure out what triggered wanting food, water, and sex, right? Today, we spend most of our time learning cues that predict secondary rewards like money and fame, power and status, praise and approval, love and friendship, or a sense of personal satisfaction. Okay, so that's cue. Number 2 is, craving. Your mind is continuously analyzing your internal and external environment for hints of where rewards are located. Because the cue is the first indication that we're close to a reward, it naturally leads to a craving. Okay? So I'm just thinking about the brownie that you're craving, right? So we know that I see a brownie, right? And instantly I'm thinking what it's going to taste like, right? So number 1 is cue, C-U-E. Number 2 is craving. Cravings are the second step, and they are the motivational force behind every habit. Without some level of motivation or desire, without craving a change, we have no reason to act. What you crave is not the habit itself, but the change in state it delivers. You do not crave making a cigarette. You crave the feeling of relief it provides. You are not motivated by brushing your teeth, but rather by the feeling of a clean mouth. You do not want to turn on the television. You want to be entertained. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying not to read everything because it's can be kind of long. So the third step is the response. The response is the actual habit you perform, which can take the form of a thought or an action. Whether a response occurs depends on how motivated you are and how much friction is associated with the behavior. If a particular action requires more physical or mental effort than you are willing to expend, then you won't do it. Your response also depends on your ability. It sounds simple, but a habit can occur only if you are capable of doing it. If you want to dunk a basketball but can't jump high enough to reach the hoop, well, you're out of luck. Finally, the response delivers a reward, which is number 4. Number 4, rewards are the end goal of every habit. The cue is about noticing the reward. The craving is about wanting the reward. The response is about obtaining the reward. We chase rewards because they serve 2 purposes. They satisfy us and they teach us. Okay, so if you want that excerpt, let me know. I can definitely share that with you. But that is the 4 steps in the habit loop: cue, craving, response, and reward. So what I want you to create tonight, and if you can, I would like for you to do that right now. You probably have in your thoughts 4 habits. We're going to start with 4, okay? You can start with 2 if you would prefer. If 4 just overwhelms you, then start with 2, okay? But let's come up with 2 to 4 habits that you need to help you toward your mission and your vision, okay? Either you're not doing them consistently or you're not doing them at all and you need to create the habit, okay? So let me show you an example. For one thing, this is my weekly plan sheets, okay? As you can tell, I do them often, right? But they're not consistent. And they help me and they help my family, meaning Kurt, because he's the only one at home. But the weekly plan sheet is something consistently that really helps me toward my mission and my vision, okay? Because when I do a weekly plan sheet, everything is planned out and I'm getting all the things done that I need to get done towards being a wife, a homemaker, a business owner, and my mission and vision towards my ministry, right? So this is the first thing, my weekly plan sheet. I have it on my refrigerator and I put it up every week. Now, it hasn't been every week. So that is one habit that I need to create a habit for, okay? Number 2 is I work well with a checkoff sheet. And I'm going to show you something that's kind of embarrassing, but I'm going to show it to you anyway, because I know y'all don't judge me. But these are the things that I like to check off each day, okay? And I started this, what month? Okay, right? I started it, and then you can see I haven't been doing it, right? But it did help me. When I was doing it, it helped me because I knew I was getting the basic things done. Mine says devotion, workout, water, sit-ups, and no sweets, okay? So yours can be whatever you want them to be, and it doesn't even have to be a checkoff list. This is what helps me, okay? So these are 2 things that I need to do every week during my brain dump every Sunday night, right? That's going to help me achieve my mission and my vision. Now, your mission and vision should be tied to your goal, and those, when you're working in your mission and your vision, it's going to draw you closer to your goal. Okay, they should all be connected. The mission and the vision are connected to the goal. They're the reason why you have the goal. And the habits are the things that are going to help you create your mission and vision to happen. Okay, so they're all connected, right? They're all connected. What would be 2, 3, 4 things that you could put into place this week or work on this week and next week? Like, what are 2 to 4 things that you could start doing every week that would help you towards your mission and your vision? Okay. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Anybody want to share theirs? I shared two of mine. My other one would be booking time. That has been not consistent for me for a few months. I mean, I know it's been summer, our schedules get wonky. I had a wedding, all the things, right? So, but excuses are time to be over. It's September, almost October, which I can't even believe. But I can't continue to have the excuse that I had a wedding in July or I had seminar in August because it is now almost October. So there's no longer that grace with things that have happened. It's time to get my poop in a group. My famous saying that spring likes. Okay. So weekly plan sheet, my checkoff list, my booking time. Those are definitely three things that I have to get in place to moving closer to my mission and vision. How about you? Anybody want to share?
Following up more with customers, being more consistent with that. Because I reached out to 5 or 6 people today for tomorrow's event. And although they all turned me down, they got back with me quick. And it was like, wow, that took 5 minutes. It was so simple. Why don't we stop to do the things that we need to do? I'm so bad at it. So
That's good. I did the same thing. And even though I had several that couldn't, they said they would love to in October. So I'm already going to guess for October because I reached out about tomorrow. So exactly. That's great. Love it. Follow up. Fortune is in the follow up. Who else? Anyone else?
I need to get back to blocking off a time a month for an event. Just got out of the habit in the summer.
Yes. That's great because they were really successful. You were doing a really great job with that. That's good. I love that, Meredith. Anyone else want to share?
So I've been trying to keep my calendar up, especially now that I've got 2 patients here that I'm trying to keep track of, doctor appointments, etc. But and also in doing that, I'm with my health weight weight management that I'm trying to work on. Also, I've been trying to journal what I eat, what I put in my mouth, and I haven't found a really good way to do it. And the other day I thought, I got the extra space in my date book. Why don't I just put it in that extra space in the date book and do that? So I've been trying to write down what I eat because there's a app you can use, but I'm just, don't want to be on the computer all the time and do that. And then I thought, well, I should write down all the things that I need to do for the next day, 6 most important things, right? And then I won't feel like, oh, I forgot to do that or that, and I can't remember to do things anymore. So I need to start writing them down. So, and
That's a great
I'd
idea.
probably lose the sticky note. So
You know what, Renee? I love a written in calendar. Like I still use a written calendar. I just going to my phone, like even Kirk has gone to his phone, but I literally use my calendar almost as a journal because of that. So you're going to crack up. Look at this is my list I made last night. I don't know if you can see it, but right here.
oh,
That's
okay. Yeah.
at the bottom. That's
Yeah.
the list of people that I need to contact that this week of possible recruits, personal recruits that can rejoin. And I just wrote them in my calendar because I'm like, that's what I see every single day. Like
Right.
I open my calendar up every single day. I will see that, right? And so I love using the calendar. And the week in view, I don't use enough. I think that is a great idea to do 6 most important things, you know, writing what your food calendar, whatever. My checkoff list would be great there too. So I love that idea.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. And well, I was just thinking, we've done the notebook thing before. And I thought, well, if I have a notebook for the journaling my food, then I have a notebook to do, to do the brain dump. I mean, I just give me one space because I don't know
Right.
where all the notebooks are.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I love it. So good. Anybody else want to share before we close out? Okay. Code word. Code word is habits, of course. Habits. So if you are watching the replay, text me habits and I'll count you for watching this week's Power Up meeting. Let me get a quick picture, everyone. Smile. If you're not on camera, you want to come in, show your face, do it now. Yay! Okay, awesome. I'll close this in prayer. And if you see a friend that's missing from our Monday nights, shoot them a text and let them know we miss them. Since summer, we've had a few that have gotten out of the habit of our Monday night meetings, and we need to let them know that we miss them. All right. Dear Lord, thank you so much for tonight. Thank you for just the prompting of sharing about habits and how habits really enable us to move towards our mission and our vision. We appreciate that we have the privilege of creating our own habits. And so, Lord, I just pray the prompting this week of each and every person who has been a part of this training that they're creating their own habits that are creating their mission and vision and going towards their goal. Okay, Lord, we have a big goal this week. Our unit has a big goal this week, and I just pray for peace. And I pray for the promptings of each and every unit member. I pray for responses from our customers that they would, be willing to purchase and be a part of our Cadillac finish, our Cadillac countdown. And Lord, I just pray for team spirit. If they can't order, that they would be willing to cheer us on. They would be willing to, pray for us, Lord. And in all things, we will praise you. So wherever we land next Tuesday, I promise I will praise you and I will give you all the glory and honor for everything we've accomplished, Lord. And I pray for growth as we move into this new season. I pray for growth in our unit and for a platform to share more about the stirring of Jesus and what you're teaching us right now, Lord. I know that when you are a Cadillac unit, when you are a top unit, that you have more opportunity to share with more people. And I just pray, Lord, for that opportunity because you're teaching me so much right now that I want to share it with everyone. We love you, Lord, and I pray that we'll honor and serve you in all that we do. I pray this in your name. Amen.